Hey, good morning, everybody. It is January 26, 2026, and it's the favorite time of our week for 26 because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Good morning. My name is Bev.
Hello, Bev. Thanks for
Hello,
taking
Paul.
over last week when I was
Oh,
stuck in an airport.
yeah. God love you. The least I could do.
But we carried on every week. We never miss it, whether one of us do it or another, whether it's for a minute or 2 minutes or 20 minutes. We're
We
there.
show
So
up.
we show up. All right, today we had someone in the audience send us a little quote that they thought we should talk about in relation to BioTouch by Pablo Picasso. Goes like this: The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Oh, doesn't
Perfect.
that just work perfect with BioTouch?
It does. It does.
So, of course, we threw it out to chat. So, chat, Bev and Paul got together this morning, and let's talk a little bit about the points that came up that just remind us why the heck we're here every week sharing with you BioTouch. So, the first thing we found out was, chat talked about, was finding your gift. What is ours really? Is our gift something we do or something we are?
Good question.
Yeah, many people think gifts must be extraordinary, art, genius, success, but what if the gift is presence, listening, gentleness, or compassion? BioTouch, the gift is not fixing or curing, it's showing up with intention and care.
Hmm. Well, this
Presence.
is, yeah, we talk about all of that, don't we? Yes. What a gift. And someone is in suffering, stress, in need, and another human being steps up to them and lightly, gently touches them.
Right. And
Come
people
on.
ask us all the time, well, okay, what's your intention when you do this? So even though
Yeah.
that word was used, we want to go over that because we always say there is no intention, there's
Here's
no goal. We're not here to fix people. We're not here,
right.
we don't have a concept of what you and your body should look like at the end of a session or
Yeah.
a series of sessions.
Yeah. Right.
If there's any intention, it's just being present and doing the
Yeah.
points. That's the intention is, yes, I have to be willing to do the greeting. So
Right.
that's what we say. That's the only intention needed. It's not a thought process.
Right, right. And we've mentioned many times how the that little ego gets in our way. And when you start setting intention, that's what's happening. You're putting something in the way of being fully present, fully conscious with another human being in that moment, no matter how long that practice of biotouch lasts.
Yeah.
Just for that one moment, you there's no intention. It's just freely given, isn't it? Freely
Freely
given
given. That's a
in
gift,
love.
right?
Yeah.
Second point came up with chat was healing as a shared human gift, like
Oh
that.
boy.
Touch
Yep.
is one of the first gifts we receive as humans. Kenna told us that. Oh,
I
that's
know.
the first thing, and it's the last thing. And it's one of the most forgotten gifts. I love
Well,
that.
yes, we don't have to go into that very much because we talk about that sense of separateness that has been allowed to, just take over how we feel about each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a you know people say to us all the time, "Oh, it can't be that simple." It's like,
Well,
like life isn't simple. It's like, oh, it should be difficult. Oh, you should have this
oh
goal
yeah.
and that goal, and
Right.
you got to manipulate this and move that, and you got to do this practice and that practice, and all that's fine and good if that's what you choose. It's a choice, but it's
It is.
not necessarily necessary.
Right. Not to be effective, it is not.
Yes, the
Biotouch.
simple thing of just giving the gift of touch, which is our human right. It's what makes us human. It's not for us to hoard either. It's to give it away. But it goes on here. The courage is to give it away.
I like that word courage.
Yeah, giving
That's
our gift
interesting.
away often requires vulnerability.
Well, there it is, isn't it? Yeah. I think that's the key. feeling vulnerable, like, am I going to be safe enough? What am I going to get out of this? Am I going to be good enough? All that, of course, fear.
Yeah, yeah, the fear shows up. Am I good enough? Will this be received?
Yeah.
I mean, people in our classes all the time go, well, I don't know if I could practice. I need to practice more. I need to understand it more. You know, they don't trust what we tell them, which
They
is
don't trust.
you're going to be as effective as anybody who's been doing this for decades the minute you do the greeting.
Do it. I think what's happening is, Paul, they don't trust themselves to be good enough, to
Right.
be able to actually step up to another person and help them in that moment. There's not we're not there, a lot of self-worth, a lot of self-criticizing. We've talked about that many times. All the things that we do to defeat uh, that gift that we can purely give in that moment. We just sabotage ourselves all the time.
Right. Yeah, we do. And it talks in this section here, healing work, releasing the need for outcome is part of giving the gift freely. And we've talked about that with people.
Yep.
You had some massage therapists once, who learned that in a class. You were telling me.
Well, yeah, when we were practicing in the session room after a presentation at one of our health condition workshops. And yeah, the minute that they got through, they asked each other, "Oh, how do you feel? Was that good enough? Did I do enough? Are you okay?" And I just simply said to them, you see, that's the difference with BioTouch. There's no requirement to ask those kinds of questions. That little ego needs to feel worthy of something. In
Right.
BioTouch, the only thing that we say is, "Thank you."
Thank you. Well, should I drink water?
And
It's,
what do we say?
it's
I don't know.
Yeah,
Should you?
if you want, there's the
If
there's the
you
water
want,
trough out there. Here's the
right?
cups.
Yeah. Go
We
knock
don't know.
yourself out.
It's allowing. It's like it says here that this whole philosophy aligns with the BioTouch philosophy. We offer, the body decides.
Yes,
We
I
just
love
offer
that.
the sessions, and then you and your body are going to figure it out. We don't have
You
to
are.
recommend or diagnose. There's so much information out there now.
Oh my
You're going to
goodness.
find what you need. Or what we find is somebody will be sitting here in the center, and they'll be sitting next to somebody who just went to, let's say, a naturopath. Oh, really? What's a naturopath? Oh, well, let me tell you. So people find it, you create, you
Yes.
attract. We don't need to be more of that data that's being dumped into people's minds
No,
about what you should or shouldn't do.
no, no, not at all. This is why we keep reminding people it's the body that's the power here. BioTouch is a means through which your body can access a loving pathway to healing. That's it. We never talk about that. At least we say we're not doing the healing, we're offering the body a loving way in which it can heal
Right.
itself. And we don't need to be inundating anybody with more information.
Right.
Let them find it on their own. That's their power.
And so this gift goes on here, says the purpose is found in service, not performance. I like this next sentence here. Modern culture ties purpose to productivity. That's a good one. Picasso
Wow.
points us towards service. So a big difference between productivity and service, yeah?
Oh, well, service is going to be the keynote of what we're entering in to right now, humanity, to understand that we are all here to serve each other and the greater good of the whole planetary life. BioTouch sets us through that self-awareness and being able to make different choices in that self-consciousness, in that self-awareness. We are going to understand what our true purpose is, what our true gift is, our true gift to serve the greater good,
Yeah.
the whole hierarchy of life on this planet.
And this kind of service is not what Chat talked about here, self-sacrifice. It's we teach it with BioTouch. It's not draining. But
Right.
the giving of BioTouch is a nourishing. What we
It's,
give is what we're receiving. It's creating a circle, a
yeah,
chain that shall go on
non
indefinitely.
indefinite.
Yeah.
That's a basic law, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, when you serve, you receive. That's just an unspoken truth.
Right.
You can't, it's the quality. What I love about BioTouch is it's not just this unique gift that allows the body to begin its journey of healing. It's just able to lift us into this other place of the quality, improving the quality of our living, our daily lives.
Yeah, and I don't have to worry about putting a shield between myself and the person I'm working with. I'm
Well,
just touching. At the end of a day, like if I in here for 6 hours and I'm working on 10 people, I might be tired or
yeah,
exhausted, having stood
yeah,
up all day and can't wait to go home and have a pizza and beer, you
right,
know. But
right.
I'm not, those people didn't drain me. They didn't give me their crap, there was a sharing, a back and forth, and
Yeah.
there's a real healing in that happens on, I think, real subtle levels and sometimes very profound levels.
When you take those barriers down, the moment that you really say within yourself, I'm gonna heal this person, but first I've got to protect myself from their negativity. I've got to smudge and cleanse and purify. The moment that you start that rhetoric, you're already, there's nothing.
Right.
There's such a separation between those two human beings already. So,
Yeah.
BioTouch allows none of that.
So there's a section here, Chat talked about everyday giving, small acts that matter. And it just came up with some points here. You don't need a stage, a title, or permission. It just touch. It's a calm presence with a loved one. It's a moment of gentle touch when someone's afraid. It's teaching simple biotouch to family members. It's just passing it on. We're just when we say to people, the minute you learn this, you'll be effective, and you can pass it on to somebody.
Right. Now, it doesn't stop with you. It
Right,
begins with you.
right.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
chain that shall go on
right.
indefinitely.
And,
What
and
we're
now we even have these manuals in PDF versions. You ebook it, and yeah, we make enough money to pay the bills, but we ask people pass this on. Just once we've got everybody doing it, we don't even need an organization. We don't
That's
even
right.
need Mondays with Bev and Paul,
That's right.
because everybody will just be doing it as part of their
Doing it.
life.
Well, isn't that the gift right there? You've just said it. That's the gift that humanity can empower themselves with and start serving,
Right.
period. It's just amazing.
And this final one that Chat comes up with, which is what we've talked about over and over and over: when we give, we receive. The paradox of healing work. The giver is often changed as much as the receiver.
Uh,
Duh.
uh, yeah, true. I will repeat. We say that BioTouch is a relationship of healing. Healing begins in relationship. Okay. Um, you
Yes.
cannot give and not receive in a true relationship. It doesn't happen. And if
And
we truly believe that BioTouch is a relationship, enough said.
yeah, and one of our main mission purposes is BioTouch encourages people to grow in self-awareness. That's what it
Absolutely.
is, and it's not the self-awareness for the recipient. They're not the one just growing in self-awareness.
Right.
It's a dual
It's a
self-awareness.
relationship.
Yeah, it's like every person that comes into this session with take myself, I'm learning something about myself. All I have to do is wake up to that, and realize I'm just giving a gift. It's a gift I've received. I'm passing it on. Now just sit back and watch what there is to learn. There's always something to learn. And again, we go to Deborah, who hated working on feet, couldn't stand feet. And her first person she works on when she got certified was someone that had feet problems. That's always the perfect story.
It is. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. And this, if we pay attention, this is what happens throughout our daily living experience. We're being offered through others a self-awareness. That's also what happens in a relationship. We're present with the other part of that relationship so that we can see what it is that we need, that we are here to work with.
Yep.
And the final thing for me is we are here to be of service.
Yes,
That's
service.
what BioTouch is offering humanity. I truly believe that.
And I'm always reminded again of that great quote I learned once. Affluency is a fluency when you give it away. So there are certain of us on this planet that have more affluency. That might be the ability to even take a class, or the ability to make more money than others. I mean, we all have a different path to take. And so for those of us who have this ability, such as myself, have this opportunity to volunteer my life for 35 years to get BioTouch out there, that's the affluency that I must share. It's not even a choice any longer.
Right. And let's be clear, when we did that show on affluency, it was to reinforce that affluency doesn't necessarily have anything to do with money. Affluency is a quality of giving and living.
Yeah.
When you are affluent, it goes way beyond that dollar sign. And I think that's the important message of BioTouch.
So any of us here today are affluent. We've been given the opportunity to watch this video, and hopefully we will give it away. You take the index and that middle finger of your dominant hand and you touch another human being right below the breastbone in that soft tissue area, lightly like a butterfly, for 6 to 8 seconds. And you just hold that there for that period of time, and you no longer, 6 to 8's enough. And you take those same 2 fingers and you find that big bone at the base of your neck there, and go to the left of that about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and again touching lightly for 6 to 8 seconds. Right. And the research is showing, just by doing that light, gentle touch, we did a show a couple of weeks ago about that, check it out, the body responds. It responds at deep, deep levels of healing, self-awareness, waking up. It's received a gift, and that body wants to pass that gift on. We want to do that. We just get in the way of what we spontaneously want to do. So please pass it on. Go to our website, justtouch.com. You can download first 10 pages of our manual. Doesn't cost you a thing. Shows the greeting, shows somebody doing it, gives you the words on where that is. You don't even have to remember what we just taught you. Please pass it on and let us know how we can pass on this gift to you, your family, your friends, your profession, whatever. We're here. Bev's here. Paul's here. You're here. Everybody's here.
Everybody's present.
So we'll see you all next week. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Bye.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away.